Hello out there. So, just for a little bit of background, a couple months ago, back in August I believe, I made this video for my brother's Rockband setup that I modded for him to show him how he can get custom songs on there, without me, for himself. And I put it on YouTube in case anyone else could use it. I really didn't think that many people would, but it turns out I've got some people down here asking for the first couple steps of how to, get there. And I guess modding on hardware, as this guy said, doesn't have too much instruction online. So I figured I'd go ahead and throw it together for these people here at the very least, show them how I did it, and hopefully they already figured it out. But if none of you guys have yet, then here you go. Here's a video for you. So, the first step you will need to do is get the Homebrew channel on your Wii. This is pretty common. There's a lot of guides out there for how to do it. I prefer doing it through Letterbomb, which has this guide here. I will copy this link and post it in the description of the video for anyone who needs it. But basically, just follow this tutorial. It'll get you there. You need all these things. Follow this. It's got nice images for you to see what you need to do. Let's see, is there anything I really want to tell you here? I don't think so. This is pretty good about it. Once you get through here, you can click this link at the bottom. It'll take you here. Getting the Homebrew is, again, pretty self-explanatory. From here, you just click through all of these screens, and at the end, you'll get to this, this is what the Homebrew channel looks like. Once you install apps, which is what you will need to do to, mess with your Wii, they'll show up in a list here. But starting off, it will be blank. Just a quick interjection here about SD cards. In case you are unfamiliar, here's my files. My SD card is down here called Rockband. What it means by FAT32 is the format of your SD card. You can check that by right-clicking on your SD card here, hitting Properties, and down here it'll tell you what the file system is. Mine is FAT32. That's what you want for the Wii. If for whatever reason yours is not, you can go here to Format and change it to whatever you need. These are the ones you can get to. Of course, this is for Windows 11. If you have some other operating system, it will look slightly different, but I believe the functionality is still there unless you're on something really old. But yeah, that's a little bit of basics for your SD card. Alright, once you get your Homebrew channel up and working via this guide, your next step is to install custom iOSs onto your Wii. These are basically what allows you to do the funky things that the Wii, doesn't really originally intend you to do. So the one I prefer to use is D2X cIOS installer. So here's the guide for it. I will link this in the description as well. And here's everything you need. Should have both of these already from your last step. And to get the D2X, all you have to do is click this right here, and it will download in your download folder for you. So this one is another, just follow the instructions. There's a couple things in here I want to say before, that aren't the most self-explanatory. One thing that you may not read right away is if you're able to connect your Wii to the internet, you can skip this whole first section. This here is downloading the files you need, and if your Wii can connect to the internet, then D2X will just download them for you. So most people will probably be able to do that, so you can skip right to here. Like I said, if you can't, just follow these instructions first. This is how to install it, and once you follow everything, or once you follow this in your SD card, you'll see a folder called apps. Click it and you should see D2X cIOS installer. These are all your apps that will appear in your Homebrew channel that you can click on, and this is the one you will need. Alright, so once you get that going, just follow this. How these custom iOSs work is they have these slots on the Wii, which are represented here in the app, and these bases are the different versions that you will want to get. So this guide takes you through 5 versions, I believe, that pretty much cover everything you'll need. So it starts with base 38. It tells you to put it in slot 248. Just follow the rest of these guides as well. And this is exactly what it looks like. You'll see here. This is what it will look like on your Wii once you get it working. Yep, all these warnings will pop up. Just click through them and it will look like this. And then it asks you to go ahead for the rest remaining. This one's important. Base 56 in slot 249 is what I use for Rockband, so make sure at the very least you get this one in. Yeah, and then it has you install base 57 as well, base 58, and it says 5, but it only shows 4 here. Yeah, at one point I had base 37 and 38 on my Wii, and I believe the first one, yeah, it doesn't have you doing base 37 on this guide, so that's up to you. I don't use base 37 at all, but it is on my Wii, so that's up to you whether you want to install that or not. Probably the only one you need, if you're just doing Rockband anyway, is this base 56 in slot 249. The rest are just extra. Yeah, and once you get that done, really, your Wii is good to go, and the rest is on you getting files. Alrighty, now that you've got your custom iOSs installed, we're going to work on getting the rest of these apps on your Homebrew channel that I think you'll need. The first and probably most important is this USB Loader GX. This is what allows you to play games with your custom iOSs. So if you just use your normal disk loader like you do for your Wii, it will just use the regular Wii OS and not your custom ones. So this is necessary, and from it you can either play games off of a external hard drive that you plug into the back of your Wii, or even just play games off of the disk drive or DVDs. So I actually copy my games onto DVDs and play them that way. That won't work for everyone because some of the newer Wiis, by newer I mean like 2008 and onward, but some of the newer Wiis can't read DVDs. But if you have an old enough Wii, you can do that, which is what I use because they're easy to copy. WiiMod Lite lets you see all the files on your SD card and uninstall and reinstall your WADs, most importantly, which, if you watched my previous video, is something you'll need to do from time to time whenever you add custom songs in Rockband. And then finally, this XYZZY app is something you should really only need once. You'll run it once, it will create some files you need, and then you can delete it if you want to, but mine is still on there. Importantly, some of those files are this device.cert and this keys.txt. Basically all these files you see generated on April 29th, 2023, those at 4:40 p.m. yeah, that's exactly when I ran it. So these are the files that you will need from that. I'll link where you need to go to download all these in the description of this video as well. And just so you know, this is what they look like. Here's USB Loader GX, UbiMod Lite, and X5ZZY. Alright, once you get all of your apps set up and available on your Wii, the next thing you're going to need is your files for adding the custom songs. Now I went over how these programs work for the most part in my last video, so watch that for basically anything further than getting these downloaded to where you need them. Yeah, the first thing you're going to need is this one called WAD2Bin. This is for getting those like official DLC songs from Rockband that you can't get anymore. So yeah, here's another link that I will put in the description of the video about how to get it. Once you get here, over here where it says releases, you can click in here, and this version 8 is actually relatively new. I haven't used it, so I'm sure it works, but what I used was actually version 7. So if for whatever reason version 8 doesn't work, you can come down here to version 7, and I know for a fact that this one works. Once you get it downloaded and installed, you'll get this exe, and it just looks like this. And click it, and here's the GUI that comes up. So if you see this, you're good. Alright, the next thing you're going to want is this C3 Con Tools. Now, a problem that I've come across recently that some of you may be experiencing as well is that I cannot find these files anymore online. So here's where I originally got them from. And you go down to this download and installation instructions link, and yeah, C3 is not self-hosting anymore. Find our content index on Rhythmverse, which you can go to. I have a bookmark for it. But once you get to Rhythmverse, I can't find where you can download those files anymore. So I have them. I will try to throw them up somewhere where you all can download a zip file for this folder right here and get everything you need. But if you could find an updated version somewhere out there on the internet, that's probably better. But like I said, I was unable to find any. But basically, this is what this one should look like. So it has a lot of tools, and the one that you will need for the Wii is this Wii converter. So make sure it looks like this. And like I said, I will try to throw this up in some cloud-based downloadable spot where anyone can download these files from me, since I'm unable to find them on the internet anymore. Like I said, I'm sure they exist, so I just haven't been able to find them. But WAD2Bin is still here. Similarly, okay, we're already here. This is another folder of files you will need. This is for getting custom songs from the same platform we were just looking at, from Rhythmverse. You can get custom songs. Oops, wrong folder. You can get custom songs through this tool. So you'll need all of these files here. And here is the original download I have. I kept the zip folder very wisely because this was another another download that I've been unable to find anymore. And originally there was an SCHE folder and an SCGE folder as well. And with both of those, you could have double the space. And I don't have a copy of SCGE anymore. I only have the H one. So I only have half the space that I could have, I guess. But anyway, this is all you'll need here. Everything in this folder. I'll try to chuck this somewhere where you guys can download it as well. And yeah, there's one important thing here is this folder right here, your ngid.txt. You are going to need to copy your Wii's exact that was a doctor's appointment thing. But anyway, you'll need to copy your Wii's exact number right here. And if I believe, if I go out to here, you can find it on one of the files that your, yeah, right here. So XYZZY will make this file for you, and this is the number you'll have to copy into that that file. It might be this one. If this number doesn't work, try this number. But yeah, those zeros replace with one of these. It says in GID, so I'm guessing it's this one. But I feel like I remember it being this one. Yeah. Regardless, those are all the files you need, I believe. Yeah, I can't think of anything else right now that you'll need. There are a couple other peculiarities with the Wii I just want to make you aware of that I don't remember if I said in the last video or not. But one issue that I get every now and then with my Rockband is when you try to start the game, sometimes it won't download or won't read the song files on your SD card. The way I found around that is if when you boot up the Wii, before you go into anything, before you go to Homebrew channel, before you go to the USB loader, and before you go to the game, before any of that, in the bottom left corner there's a button, I forget what it's called, on the Wii. You hit that, you hit the option on the left a bunch of times until it brings up all of your save data for all the games that you've ever played on the Wii. And you go to the Rock Band 3 one and attempt to either copy or move it, which it won't let you do. And for whatever reason, by just trying to hit that button and, you know, I guess reminding it that it has save data, that problem doesn't happen. I had a little bit of trouble originally getting the USB ports to work with my instruments and stuff while playing with the custom iOS, and that is just a result of using the wrong custom iOS to play the game. So in the USB loader for every game, there's a way to change which slot it looks at for the custom iOS. So if you remember back here when you installed all your custom iOSs, all the different base numbers are in different slots, and you can change what slot it's reading for each game, and that will read a different base. So if you're having issues getting it to work, just try cycling through all the different slots that you've applied and trying a different base cIOS. So like I kind of mentioned before, I use this base 56, which is in slot 249, and that seems to work just fine for me. It does have that issue I was talking about a couple times every now and then where it won't read the SD card, but I've found a way around it that works for some reason, and I am not smart enough to tell you why that works, but it does. And yeah, other than that, I think that's it. Oh, I do have a fan-made deluxe version of Rock Band 3 that I play on DVD. I can also probably throw a copy of that online. It's a large file, maybe not. But if you would like a deluxe version of Rock Band, it just has more settings and things. So like you can select like what venues you want to play at. You can select your like screen FPS. There's a lot more settings in it. Like instead of having the drums do the fill thing to activate their star power, you can auto deploy their star power. There's just small things like that in it, and yeah, I'll see about sharing that as well. But yeah, I hope this helps and everyone gets the files they need to do what they want with Rock Band. And it's a great game, and I enjoy it a lot, and glad to see that there are other people out there who do as well. That's it for me. Leave any comments if you need any help, and yeah, stay safe out there, everyone. Bye.